The Faith of Job. Come and experience this intense and heartfelt biblical history. See the stunning story of Job brought to the stage. Immerse yourself with the experience of the man who lost everything: wealth, health, family, and his elite status, all swept away in the blink of an eye. A gripping and engaging story of doubt, grief, sickness, and depression. The Faith of Job is a gut-wrenching, thought-provoking, inspiring musical odyssey about the journey of faith. Join us August 17th at the Stevenson Auditorium, 979 Middleton Street in Orangeburg, South Carolina. Showtime is at 3 p.m. For ticket information, go to thefaithofjobplay.com.
Rise and shine to the morning light. Sister MJ brings the truth so bright. Health and nature in every sound. Feel the rhythm, let's get unbound. From our higher we get our power. Every herb, every healing flower. Sister MJ shows the way. Naturally living every day. Naturally you, naturally free, naturally living as God meant to be. Breathe the air that's fresh and pure. Nature's bounty is the cure. Sister MJ shows what's real in every word and every meal. From the mountains to the sea, every breath is harmony. Feel the beat and feel alive. With Sister MJ we thrive. Grains and fruits in every bite. Feel the energy, feel the light. Harmony in every part. Naturally you, with all your heart.
Shalom, shalom.
Breathe the air that's fresh and pure. Nature's best.
Shalom. Shalom, shalom, and welcome everyone to Naturally You. How are you? Sister Nina, Sister Esteline, good evening. Welcome, welcome. Hope you all had a wonderful week and ready to go ahead and tackle this body again and see what nature has for us, what they've hidden from us, what they have, the science so-called has done, taught us incorrectly, and how we're going to peel back that onion and get to the real truth. All right. Now, last week, we talked about, I showed you all the toothpaste that I use, and I got from a reliable source, but I have to apologize to you all because when I read deeper, Sister Dawn mentioned to me that this toothpaste, she purchased it, and she said, she's sending it back. And I'm like, well, why? And we looked deeper, And it's interesting. So I want to first apologize for misleading you, because this has in an industrial cleaner lauryl sodium sulfate in it and some other chemicals that we do not want in our soft tissue in our mouth. We definitely do not want fluoride toothpaste, but neither do we want lauryl sodium sulfate and all these other chemicals. Now, this company is out of India. So they gave an email. I'm going to write them about it, because how do you have cardamom, cinnamon, neem, clove, and aniseed, and collagen, and then you still have at the very bottom, the last two ingredients, you have all the chemicals? Typically, you want to believe that it's the lower amounts, but the quantity is smaller because it's so far down the list. But we can't judge that anymore. There is no way for us to know that, because the attack is real. We are at war, and that war is real. So we are fighting a battle. And while we are talking about that, because again, we were talking about the tongue and how, cleaning the tongue and what the tongue tells you, how it speaks. And with that came the toothpaste. We did the tongue scraper. And then also the floss, the dental floss. What I did not bring out, and I don't know if many of you know, that the dental floss has fluoride on it. So be careful, read the ingredients. Yes, family, even for dental floss, read the ingredients, because this one has colloidal silver. And I got this from Simply Silver with, what is her name? Heather the hygienist. However, this I showed you, these pick sticks, that little flossing tool there has fluoride on it. So again, we do not want that in our mouths and our soft tissue, because as we sleep, that's going in there in that soft tissue and causing havoc, wreaking havoc in our bodies. And we're going to discuss that tonight, because I tell you, everything is trash. If you don't make it yourself, get a source that you know you can trust. And even with the sources you know you can trust, please, please, please go ahead and ask them about their process. Because many of us, it's like the medications. Consult your doctor if you're on any meds. I know the show is called Naturally You, yes. But many people are on meds these days, and don't think that you need to just jump off the meds and jump onto this. And no, it doesn't work like that. The meds these days are made for you to be on it for the rest of your life. And therefore, they've changed it up a bit. So you need to consult your doctor, tell them what you would like to do, and give them a plan, because they don't have a plan for you. So what I would suggest you do is say, I'm going to take my blood pressure reading. Let's say you have high blood pressure and you're on meds for that. I'm going to take my blood pressure reading at least 3 times, because they say take it 3 times and then average that, and that's the one for you. Because typically when they tell you that you need high blood pressure medication, that is because the blood pressure they are looking at is for somebody of the Caucasian or persuasion, not for us. The Most High gave us something special that we can handle things a little bit different. So therefore, you want to make sure you're doing your due diligence, vetting the whole thing, letting them know that, hey, I've been tracking this for like 2 weeks or a month, and this is my pressure. So therefore, I don't need to be on 3 blood pressure medications. A lot of people are and don't even know it. And then have them break that down for you. And then we get with them and tell them, okay, so I'm going to naturally do this, and let them help you with that whole transition. Because medications are the devil's workshop. And I say that in all honesty because you have the profession that has a lot of good in it because the tree was good and evil, right? You have a symbol that has two snakes on it, and we clearly know what that serpent represents. Therefore, it's up to us to extrapolate the good out of that system and then know that what we're dealing with the other side, because again, it was good and evil. All right, great. So let's dig in, let's dive in. There have been so many lies told. They lie, they lie, they lie, they lie, they lie, they lie. And I told you my story when I first got to the truth. Mind you, grew up in the church, a Sabbath keeper all my life. But the more I delved into the holy days and all the other things that what was going on around me, I was considered awoke. However, connecting all the dots was going on with my imagination, and what was really happening was two different things. So it was nice to know that all the lies, and I guess it came from the academy because I went to the Hebrew and Bible Academy, and they said to relearn. You have to relearn, and the more I relearned, that's when I realized there were so many lies being told, and the brainwash was real. The psychology is real. There's so much out there we have been taught. And one of my sisters always said, my mom didn't teach me this. My mom didn't. But your mom didn't teach you because she didn't know. No one taught her. And therefore, what we're doing again, naturally you, we're trying to debunk all the myths. I consider myself a myth buster. A myth buster. Yes, unlearn, Tahila, and relearn. That's exactly it. If I can put that, if everyone could put that over their mirror, yes, we need to unlearn and relearn because lies. When you, Scripture says they're forgers of lies, right? And look at they go to a synagogue. What happens in that synagogue? SYN is sin, right? An I for Y, it's sin. That's what goes on in there. So we have to know who our enemy is and what all their MO. We've got to know who they are because they study us. We have to study them that closely as well. Shalom, Sister Kana. Shalom, Sister Ebony. Shalom. Shalom. So tonight, all the lies, I want you all to put in the chat, everyone who's listening, put in the chat what you've been lied to about by your government. Let's explore for 5 minutes here. What have you been lied to about? Because I could go off a list, but I want this to be us to be interactive, right? You put out what that you've been lied to about. I mean, we have the worst credit score in our government, and they tell us that we need a score of 800, 750 or higher before we can do anything in life. That is a lie. They tell us so many other things. They tell us that, oh, you need to get your education from their schools of learning, higher education. Another lie. What they will do is take what your parents taught you at home, twist it and turn it, and then they come out with a whole different doctrine that they learned. Yes. And we own things. What do we really own? I know my son growing up, he used to say, well, I'm so. I said, honey, all you have to do is stay black and die. Those are the two things we guaranteed about. I remember when water, you could drink from the faucet. You didn't have to go buy your water. And then we come to find out, in school, we were given some red pills to chew on for the dentist day. and it was fluoride. Come to find out that fluoride is not good for us. So there's so many lies we've been told. They gave us shoes with rubber soles to disconnect us from the earth, which the inflammation that we get in our bodies, that rubber sole disconnects us from the earth's natural energy that connects us back. So it's just one thing upon another, one thing upon another. The products they give us to put on our skin, we had essential oils naturally from nature. Then we got fancy, right? We got fancy. And we got all these body lotions and all these sprays and all these different deodorants, the spray, the roll on, all of these. They didn't tell us about all the chemicals and the toxicity in it, so that it gave us dis-ease. What they told us was they made a commercial on TV. Remember, we had black and white TV, then we went to color. Ooh, we arrived, right? And now we have smart TVs that watch us all the time. And they have programs. They program us. And we watch it like, what do they call us? The goy or the useless eaters. Because we eat it all up. Whatever they're feeding us, we eat it up. They make commercials and they say, oh, McDonald's, that 2 for $1. That menu, that value menu. And what do? We go and we buy it. We even feed it to our children. And then we learn that that food could sit out for years and not mold. Imagine that. And we giving that to our babies that it took us 9 months to birth. Then we had to go through labor. And I'm giving them food thinking, the FDA has approved it and they know what's good for us. And then all kinds of health issues. Why? 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 Why does it have to be so hard to tell the truth? Why does it have to be so hard? It just doesn't make sense. And I tell you, every day we learn of another lie. Every day. And even with government, the new government we have now, we keep getting the lies. And we have the psyops. You have the madness going on in California and Texas and we're in New York, But all of it, it's crazy. And yes, Tahila, you're absolutely right. They give us a happy meal for our children, and there's nothing happy about it when you find out what's in it. The French fries, you can light a match to and it will burn. I don't want that in my child or my grandchild's body. I don't. There's no way. So this week, I talked to the Most High about, well, what do I talk about? What do I talk about? And last week, a sister requested to talk about the lymph, right? The lymphatic system, which is very important in our understanding of how our body works. But then I also wanted to talk about, the number one and number two causes of death in our community and in a lot of communities is what? Heart disease and the big C, right? And we discovered through our shows here, right? We discovered that a lot of the diseases that we have in our bodies, in our temples, are due to parasites. That's right, parasites. And now they're learning because since 2019, and we had the invasion of, or was it 2020? We had the CV and that pandemic, or should I say plandemic. What did we learn from that? We learned that this diseases, and it causes myocarditis is one of the side effects, or should I say the desired effects. And a lot of people had heart attacks and died. Well, the crematories, or the funeral directors and them got a little bit curious now. And so what did they do? They opened up these bodies and they found a lot of parasites. So therefore, if we now focus on rid in our bodies of parasites, we will heal a whole lot quicker. We'll have a clearer connection with the heavens, and we will be in a better state as far as exercising and everything. So as I was looking through stuff, I saw that the number one cause of heart disease or heart attacks is fluoride in your toothpaste. Here we are, back to the toothpaste. And I thought, okay, RFK is talking about, he's the guy who's in charge of our health now. And he's talking about, oh, we're going to get rid of fluoride in the water. Buddy, we got a bigger problem. We've got fluoride in our toothpaste, and it's killing us. It is killing us because the number one cause of heart disease or heart attack is the fluoride from our toothpaste, or the floss thread as well, because we learned that the floss that you have, they have fluoride on them. So read your labels, right? And years ago, Dr. Kazar out of Hawaii, he turned me on to the dental floss with activated charcoal on it. And that goes a long way in healing the mouth, because that charcoal acts like a magnet and pulls the toxins out of the mouth. It's going to help get that out of your system, and it will flush through the urine, or as you rinse and spit it out. Shalom, Judah Queen. Welcome back. And Shalom, Amia 1247. How are you? Okay, so the truth is, we are being fed lies. And isn't it interesting that fed is what we call our government, the federal government, Fed? Are you getting that connection there? Yeah, we've been fed a whole lot of lies from our government. Whether it's the science, which is based on medicine, right? Which is based on education or history, which is based on, it's on the math, the observance of math and physics, and then the natural law. You see the progression? It's a progression there. So we want to take a look at this fluoride and understand and get that connection today about the fluoride and what it's doing to us. All right? Remember back in high school, oh, I'm dating myself. I know. We had our periodic chart, right? And we had chemistry. In that class, they showed you all these minerals and chemicals, and they broke it down in different sections. Well, boron was one of them, and that was the capital B. And I know many of you have heard of boron or borax. It's a laundry detergent that gets our linen whites really white, right? So that boron, come to find out that there's a whole lot of trickery going on, a whole lot of trickery. So that boron is going to break up this whole thing on the fluoride. It pulls it out of our bodies. But let me tell you how they've done it. what they have done for us is they have this thing called AI. I call it artificial interference. A lot of people are hyped about it, they're excited. But if you stop and think back, if we went back to the good old days, we'll be healthier than we are today. Has anyone thought about that? If we took the time and looked back, our grandparents, great great grandparents, they didn't have all the diseases we have, right? And now today uh, we've progressed in society. We had the Industrial Revolution, and then we had computers. We had these guys that they just started a business miraculously in their dorm room or in their garage, right? And then all of a sudden, in the last few years, we've had all this AI. It's coming, it's coming, it's coming. We've had the hype, right? The hype engine has been going, and now it's here. It's 2025. 2000 was the year that everything was going to shut down, and they had everybody thinking the clock wouldn't reset on the computer. You all remember that, right? Or am I just speaking to the air? Do y'all remember that? I hope somebody out there does. So anyway, and here we are. We've got AI full-fledged. Trump came into office. He, what, 500 billion for AI with Thiel, the guy from uh, Palantir, the guy from PayPal, a bunch of them. And it was so funny to me when they stood up. And you'll need to go back and look at this. These guys are so short that they had a little step stool for them to stand on to make them look taller. And I guess that was to make us take them more serious, because shorter people, when they standing on that podium, it's just not the right look. I found it very interesting how they had like I want to say it had to be at least 12 inches, the step stool they had for them. And I was just sitting there cracking up. Anyway, so uh, this issue that we have here with this AI is interfering with everything, whether it's the Apple Watch, whether it's your Wi-Fi. And don't mistake that they make it where you cannot live without it. Again, the tree was good and evil, right? We've learned it had both good and evil. So this AI now has started to take over. I showed you way back how in the skies, all the satellites, and how the highways up there and what it looks like, and how it's just like a spider's web, just emitting on us, right? And some of us are really sensitive to it, some of us aren't. But either way, it's all artificial. And he has to do this so that he can feel, because he can't create, all he can do is imitate. And this is his best form of imitation. And we are the ones suffering from it, whether it's our skin or whether it's the foods we eat. It's the diseases that we are stuck with, because when we come out the womb, they want to shoot us up with all these different shots right away. Right away, they want to shoot us up. Why? Because they can then create and give us all these diseases in our bodies. So look at the pathogens. It's going to be a bacteria, a virus, a parasite, or a fungus. That's the basis of them. Yes, yeah, I had them too. And my stories, oh my gosh, it was something. So we know what they're about now. And now let's take a look now at this the fluoride, because the fluoride in the water is not really that big of a deal. It is a big deal, don't get me wrong, but it's not as big of a deal as the soft tissue in our mouth that sits on and goes into our skin as we sleep. If you sleep in 8 hours or whatever it is, okay? So it's 500 times, 5,000 times more concentrated in our mouth, in that soft tissue, in our gums when we floss. It's going straight to our bloodstream and to our pineal gland. You have heard me talk about the pineal gland. And another thing that they've lied to us about is the apple seed, right? Remember the number one and number two disease that we die of in our community is heart disease and cancer, right? Okay, so the apple seed. How many of you have heard that the apple seed, you can't eat it, it's toxic, it's going to kill you, don't eat it? Well, did you know why they tell you that? The apple seed we were told not to eat, and they say that the person, it's poisonous, even though they contain nitrolosides that hold the sugar and the cyanide molecule together, and they are broken open by an enzyme that we have in our body, and it's opened if we have cancer cells. Did you hear what I just said? So those apple seeds that we were told were poisonous has let me spell it for you, nitrilocides, and they hold a sugar and a cyanide molecule together that's only broken up by an enzyme in our body when the presence of cancer cell is there. So it's nature's natural chemotherapy. That's right. Our natural chemotherapy. We have prophylactic chemo, and it's harmless. Now, it's going to take a whole lot of them for you to eat, right? But just knowing the fact that when we eat an apple, stop throwing away that core. Eat those seeds, whether it's 4, 6, or 8. If you've digested that, and there are cancer cells in your body, because they tell us everybody has cancer cells, then we need to be eating that. Just like the watermelon seeds, that's natural insulin for our bodies. Yes, exactly, Anya. We're not dead from eating it, but these are the things they don't tell us. So you see why we can't trust the science, so-called? They have us to believe that those apple seeds are going to kill us. They have us believing fluoride is good for us, and we need it to keep our teeth healthy and strong. There are other things that will keep our teeth healthy and strong. Yes, it's safe to eat those apple seeds. Now, if you notice, we have apples now with CRISPR apples. If you open them, there are no seeds. And what happens? They don't even oxidize. When you open an apple seed and it doesn't turn brown when the air hits them, you know you don't have a real apple. It's hybridized, right? And we have a saying, children learn what they live. Oh my gosh, how true is that? Are we not learning what we live? Right? Because they teach us in school, we've been programmed, they teach us what they want us to hear, and then what happens? We teach it to our children, and so on and so on and so on. So it's time that we stop that, because that fluoride toothpaste is loaded with these toxins, right? And it's called sodium fluoride, sodium monofluorophosphate. And when I look these up, these are all diseases that we should be connecting the dots on. So we're going to go and show some pictures now because I want you all to understand what I'm talking about. All right. So we talked about so far the the floss that we use for our teeth. And I want you to know what the one looks like that has activated charcoal on it. Let's show a picture of that. And then I want to go through and show you all uh, what else they're doing for us. Okay, so that is by Dr. Tongues. It's activated charcoal floss, and this is like 7 something on Amazon. But if you go to iHub, I think it's like $5.99 online. Okay. Again, activated charcoal, what it does, it acts like a magnet and it finds the toxins. It goes through the body, it finds the toxins and pulls them out. It just attracts it. But key thing here, you have to drink a lot of water with activated charcoal if you're going to do that. And some of us will go crazy and say, oh, activated charcoal does that. Oh, I'm just going to have this every day. No, it's a process. Learn the process, please. Okay? So when you do that fluoride, and this is what the dental fluorosis looks like. If you see people with teeth like that, that's what that is. And then look at the joint, the bone. It attacks the bones as well, the marrow in the bones. And then there's another one that if you look at your hands, you see some people, oh, look at this one too. You see that whiteness around the teeth? It's like extra shiny white. It's like it's a actual film that's stuck on the teeth, and it's hard to get off. But you see, it goes from very mild to moderate to severe. And that's if you go to the dentist, I'm sure you'll see that. And they will tell you it's because you are not getting enough fluoride. But I want to show you what too much fluoride will do for you, because the fluoride will give you this. You have people with hands like this where they're frozen, they can't bend it, and they call it arthritis or I forget the word they use for it. But it's their hands are frozen, they can't do anything with it, and it's very hard. You might see them and they can't open their hands like this. It is from too much fluoride in the body. Now, typically, we only getting it from our water, and a lot of people, they brush their teeth and they use the tap water. They don't use the filter water. I use filter water because I do not want that in my body. But it's something we have to start considering, because that fluoride that you use when you brush your teeth on your floss, it stays in there for 10 hours. It will stay in your body for at least 10 hours after brushing. So what that fluoride does, it provides mild fluorosis, which is osteosclerosis, which is just bone and joint pain. And many people are having this, thinking they have an issue. They go have surgery, but it's too much fluoride in your body. Then you have the moderate, which has peristeel, bone formation, calcification. I talked of the stiffness and the rigidity of the hands, and also you have people that start hunching over. That is the restricted movement of the spine and their joints. They can't move their hands and do things like open their arms out like this because of that rigidity. It's too much fluoride in your body, and it causes this issue. But nature has a response. Again, nature was here first, and their response is boron. Boron stops. It's boron. It stops. The boron will stop it from calcifying in your body. It will also stop the mRNA from aligning that graphene. The graphene, it will stop it from aligning in the body and becoming a computer. Again, boron, borax. Anyone? Same thing. It will dissolve that fluoride. It will get rid of that calcification on your pineal gland. It will get rid of that fluoride in your body. So again, this is something you need to take a look at, do your research on it, and understand. You just put it in your water. And there's different dosage for male and females. You can look that up as well, or you can go to our portal and I will have that in there. And Amya, you know, there's such a thing as you're kind of poor and you can't afford much, but you have a God that owns it all. So I suggest you increase that faith, take it to Him in prayer, and watch what doors He will open for you, right? I promise you, He does. He always makes a way out of no way. So we don't want that fluoride sitting in our body at all. We want to get rid of that, right? So the apple seeds, you're good on now, understanding you can eat those. And then also that pineal gland and getting that fluoride out of our bodies, we need to take care of that, okay? They tell us that heart disease is because of the eggs, the steak, and the bacon we eating. Lies, lies, lies. Okay? Boron is one of the most important lattice molecules, and fluoride causes the hardening of the arteries, which in this case causes the heart disease that many of us are dying from. Please connect the dots. And then when you do have heart issues, they give you statin drugs, which are the most dangerous and deadly meds because it directly interferes with the fat and the lipid molecule, the lipid metabolism and hormone production and regulation in our body. It's the most disruptive. It's the most disruptive drug we can take, bar none. Shalom, Allison. How are you, sis? Does boron help with calcification? Yes, it does. It does. Look into it, please. So, the water has fluoride, but in the toothpaste has 5,000 times more fluoride than water. So we need to get that fluoride out with the boron, because 99.5 to 99.8% of that borax that you get, the 20 mule team, is pure. The rest is inert, and it will excrete the fluoride. So please look into that, because we have too many people suffering with that calcification. And now let's take a look at our lymphatic system. Someone requested that I talk about the lymphatic system. So I really want to go into the lymphatic system because it's something that we need to do. And the lymphatic system is designed to fend off those pathogens. Okay, pathogens, the 4 pathogens I mentioned, it's supposed to fend off that. And it also removes the excess fluids in between our cells and brings it back to the bloodstream. But remember, the lymph system doesn't have a pump like the heart has that pump. Well, it's not really a pump, but we call it that. But the lymphatic system, it starts through the entire body, in the head, in our head, through the tonsils, the thymus, which is around here, all those lymph nodes through our body. The spleen is considered a part of that as well. And you see all these lymph vessels, and then we have nodes within those lymph vessels. And we need to massage them. The best way to do that is with exercise, right? And I want you to look at the lymphatic flow. It's very important that you understand the flow. We have lymphatic ports right here, right here, and near our thyroid. There are ports here. We have it under our armpits. There's lymphatic ports. Then we have it at our groin area. That's another lymphatic port. So if you look at that diagram again, when you massage and you're massaging up from your feet, you're massaging up to your knee. You're massaging up to your thigh, and you can get these gloves like this that help you with your massaging. You see what I have here? And this helps you massage. So if you have issues going on in the hands, yes, you can massage here, but you want to get it up. You want to get the junk out, to move that lymph fluid. So we're going to come up and go up your arm and massage up the arm, up, up. And then when you get to the neck, you're going to go up. The heart, you can go out this way, or you can go up, because again, you've got a drainage port here. All right. And in the stomach, if we look at that picture again, let's look at that graphic. I need that graphic again, please. Okay. So you see the groin area, you're going to come up, and you come up to like the belly button. And then you're going to go out from like the rib cage. You're going to come in and go out. And everything is going up. It's going up. So that's how you will do a lymphatic massage. And we want to do a lymphatic drainage massage because it gets rid of the swelling. For those who have lymphedema, it promotes detoxification, and it's going to come out through the ports. It's going to also have enhance your overall well-being, and it's going to get rid of some of that stress in your body because that lymph is moving. And this is all although it's the lymphatic system, it's also part of your immune system. And our immune system, it helps us fight off when injury happens within our body. Right? Now, many of us may not exercise, but in order to move this lymph, you can rebound. Rebounding is just jumping on a trampoline up and down. 20 minutes on a trampoline equals an hour and a half in the gym. 20 minutes. And you start off at 1 or 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and work your way up to 20 minutes. You don't just do it all at once. And what I like to do at the end of my rebounding, I run for a minute. I just run as fast as I can on the rebounder, and that gets everything moving. Many of us have to understand that this lymphatic system has to do with circulation, and many of us have issues with circulation as well. So we want to make sure we are moving that lymph and getting that circulation going. We talked about the head, and the hair, growing the hair. Get that lymph moving. Massage your scalp so that you can let that the circulation, the blood flow in the hair and the scalp, and let the body know. We have different tools you can use when you are doing your lymph massage, right? This one here I use on my skin, on my face, an upward motion, circular motion. I'm sorry, this one is on the body. Wrong one. This one has little balls at the end, but it's to massage, okay? And that gets in the in a, those little areas where you want to you can't get in with the bigger bristles. So this one I have, and you just massage. You can massage up, and just massage upward. You massage in for that lymph. You want to move that lymph, and you'll get a nice. You'll feel the circulation with when you're doing it. You'll see it, and you can get this as a set. And yes, I have the one for the shower as well, and then you have the ones for the face, and you go up. And remember, we've done the the face mask, and it shows you how to which organs you want to support. You can do that. It all works the same way, but the main thing we are doing is massaging the body in the upward motion. Even with your castor oil, bring it up, because we want to move that lymph. Once you move that lymph, that lymphedema will start to break up. And another thing you can do, you can take your castor oil and mix some rosemary oil with it, and put that on the legs and massage that, and that will help move that lymph as well. Um, then we also have, um, if we go look at that picture again with the lymphedema, a lot of people have lymphedema in their legs, lower legs. You can have it in your thighs. You can have it in your arms as well. But if you look at that, there's 6 different ways, that the things that you need to know about it. Please snap a picture of that, and take a look at that, and make sure that you are addressing these issues, because you see a lot of people have it in the legs, and a lot of people, they think it's normal. It should look that way, and it really shouldn't. So there's something that can be done to move. Again, you see the arrows, they're showing you how to move that lymph. That chronic swelling. Okay, and again, if you're not exercising, if you would just walk, that goes a long way. And they do have compression socks you can wear that helps. And did y'all know that there's actually a lymphedema treatment act? And these are things that give people a reason to get a check from the government. That, to me, and this is my opinion only, they have too much control, control in our lives, because we have to be our own doctor. We have to know something is wrong and what we can do. Yes, the we have this, right, and it's a computer right there in our hands. If it's not on your ear, or you have on a Bluetooth or something, you have it there available for you. So dig in there, see what you can do, and then you can always go look back on our other episodes. We started at 1, and we worked our way up. Yes, we have to be our best, our own health advocate. Because if you don't take care of your body, where are you going to live? Where are you going to live? And Sister Dawn, Shalom. I was telling at the beginning, I opened about the toothpaste and what you found. Thank you so much for bringing that to light. It goes to show you can't just read the first 5 ingredients. You have to read through the whole list, because the toxins in here are real. And then also the toxins on your floss, your dental floss, they have fluoride on it. And that fluoride, again, it's 5,000 times concentrated in your mouth, because of that soft tissue we have in there. And we want to protect that and get that fluoride out of our body, because we don't want that calcification of our joints leading to all the itises, which is arthritis, or lymphedema, or the freezing of the hands. What was that called? What was it called? Fluorosis. It was the fluorosis. All of these things are blocking us. It's blocking us. We cannot trust anything, anything. The plastics, the plastics. Stop using your plastic silverware. It's fast food. I'm to the point where I'm keeping a fork and a spoon and a knife in my glove box in the car, because when you go out to fast food, they give you that. You don't know how they spray that. I used to work in a factory part time, right? And we made coolers, that you put your school, your high school or college name on, and you use it when you tailgating, right? When we took that stuff out, that came through the machine. We pulled it off after it cooled. Nobody wiped it off, nothing. And those plastic utensils we're using, I tell you, wash them, but better yet, try to get uh, stainless steel. And not only that, you have some people, you see the gold ones they use and the silver, those chip. So what are we doing? We are at war. I have to tell you, we are at war. They are coming at us every which way. And we've got to be mindful. Another thing we need to look at, the nail polish. Those that go to the nail salon every 2 weeks and get all this stuff put on your nails. It's a nail, but because we are living, your nails are alive as well. It's just like your hair. I was telling Sister Nina, I said, Sister Nina, I think our hair moves. And she was like, what? And I'm like, yeah, because my locks, I can have it all done, and then some days I have to come and pull it apart because it entangles with another one. I'm like, it's moving. And think about it. The roots of the root system in our plants, they move, same thing. So our hair is moving. We are alive. We are wonderfully made. But the attack on us is real. It's real. So, Sister Kim, what floss do you use? And a one that you might want to check out is what's her name? Heather the hygienist. It's Simply Silver. Okay. And again, uh, I got rid of the plastic, and I have bamboo bowls now. I have bamboo bowls. I have glass, but I try to stay away. I even, I have paper plates I eat on sometimes, and I'm like, I don't want hot foods on that. I'm just going to use my dishes, because again, it's attack, it's attack, it's an attack. And our lymphatic system is taking in all these toxins, and if we're not exercising, we are getting all these diseases from the pathogens, from the food, from the chemicals they putting in our products that we putting on our skin, our largest organ. Okay, and don't wait for them to put it on the label, sis, because a lot of times it's just marketing. So we have to be diligent in everything, everything. Yes. Oh, I know. Yes. Deep freezes. Yes. Everything has chemical, even the dyes, all those dyes that your M&Ms, somebody was talking about M&Ms, the color dyes, all of them. If you go to the factory where they make these foods, the dyes on the big containers, the barrels that have them, that house them, they have a skeleton toxic warning on them. Okay, it's crazy, but everything you have to be mindful of, because at the end of the day, the eugenics, Those that hate us, the eugenicists, they want to get rid of us any way they can. So for the cancer, get your boron, get those chemicals, that fluoride out of your body. For the stiffness of the joints, for the slouching of the shoulders has to do, I believe, the backpacks we put on our children, those heavy books, and then you at the desk, you're typing what kind of work you do, and we not sitting up. We over our phones, and we're down like this. All of that is messing up our spine, and that fluoride is just helping it along. And every time the powers that be, those three-letter organizations, they get happy when they see and the doctors see us come in and we hunched over and our hands are frozen or we have joint issues. They have a name for every disease. They have a name for every disease. So please be mindful of that. Exercise, rebound, walk. Uh, you can just sit in a chair if you can't move, and you can do exercises in your chair. Just get your body moving. Get your body moving. Up and down, out. Anything to just get the movement going. And remember, use your tools, your massage tools, to move according to the way the body showed, the pictures I showed. Move in that direction, massage in that direction, especially if you're not exercising. A vibration plate is excellent as well to help move the lymph along. And sometimes you can just sit on it if you don't want to stand. Just sit on it and get the lymph moving, because that lymphatic flow has got to get the toxins out. Got to get the toxins out. And don't forget, you need to understand the war you're in. It's everything. Okay? I'm big about reflexology. We've been through that. And the castor oil. The castor oil and the rinosylic acid. It goes deep. And you massage those areas. And I promise you, part of our self-care has to be we invest in our body. We want to reduce that tension, the aches and the pains. We want to increase the circulation. You don't want to have to go to the white coats for that when you could do it yourself. I hope that makes sense. Oh, I'm over my time. And look at this. You see here, it shows you how to do the lower extremity from the calf and up, and the trunk. And you see if you notice that gray area under the armpits, that's showing you where the ports, the lymphatic drainage ports are. Under the arms, we perspire, we sweat. And then the joint of where your legs come together. If you look in also our pelvic area, you'll see those dots there as well. There, and then of course we have it in our neck. So those are the places that you can move your lymph to and get it out. Now remember, I showed you all how to do a lymphatic movement every day. Every morning I try to do it, because you get up and you've got all the mucus and junk, and all you're doing is the clavicle here, right? You're going to move this back and forth. You're going to move it, okay? You're going to move that. And then after you do that about 15 times, then you do your lungs. All right, you're going to massage the lungs here. You massage the lungs. Then cross your hands and you're going to, you can do this, like this. And then you're going to do on the ear, up and down. And if you notice, I'm massaging with these two fingers. I'm massaging over here and I'm massaging here. And that is moving that lymphatic. And again, it's coming to here to drain, right? I'm moving it up and down. Then you cross your hands and then just massage the whole neck area here. Massage that up and down. And you will, by the time you finish there, then you go to the back here and massage that up and down. And then you will spit up mucus here. I can already feel it right here for me. So if you can do that every morning, and especially if you go out and you walk in the mornings, you run or whatever, they are spraying and they're attacking our lungs. It's very important, critical that we take our iodine. And it's to the point where we can't do 5 drops. I do like 2 dropperfuls. That's me. And then I take my omegas with it because that gives me more clarity in the mental. So it sets my day, it sets the tone for my day. But yes, we have to be more mindful diligently because they're attacking us. And this AI is really getting us. It's where they can infiltrate your thoughts with the AI. Don't be listening to these AI shows. I try to stay away from them once you identify them, especially if they spelling the stuff out and they talking and they're not getting the names right. You know it's AI. Shut it off because it's getting your subconscious. And before you know it, between that and all the notifications going off on your Apple Watch, it's a control mechanism, and the fight is real. The fight is real. Oh, you know what, Sister Kim? What an excellent idea. But the only thing is with tabernacles, nobody has room for the rebounder by the time we get everything else packed up. But yes, rebounding at tabs would be great. Or we can bring one of the plates, the vibration plates as well. And with that, oh, Shalom, Sister Novia. Good to see you, sis. With that, I am past my time, and I hope this has been helpful. Understand that lymph is part of our immune system, and it's also part of our excretory because we've got to get the toxins out. They work hand in hand. And you've got your tools to use to massage for your lymphatic massages. Okay, you've got your tools you can use, and don't forget the brush you can use in the shower. And it's excellent if you have a window in your bathroom, you can do your massage with my I forget what they call this, my Usha gloves, I think it is. And you massage the skin before you get in the shower. And that cool air, it helps. You just do a massage in the mornings before you get in the shower. Get everything moving. And then you have your linen scrub mitt. Get that circulation moving. You'll have an amazing day. You'll feel better. Your body will thank you. And then when you come in at night, massage the feet. Massage the feet. Now the thing with the boron, right? It has to melt, so you need to pour hot water on it. It doesn't change the integrity of it. And melt it, and then you add more to it to get it in concentrated form. Or you can get it this way in a dropper. All right. This is 6 milligrams. All right. So you've got what it takes, because remember, the number 1 and number 2 is heart attacks and cancer, boron and apple seeds. Apple seeds, nature's chemotherapy, and it won't kill you. Contrary to what they've told us, they've lied, they've lied, they've lied. And then that fluoride in your toothpaste and on your dental floss, get rid of it. Get the activated charcoal dental floss. Make sure it doesn't read all your labels, not just on food, not just on your condiments, on everything. Let's clean up our act and get our self-care cabinet and just get our house in order because we want to make it through this, right? And with that, thank you all for joining us tonight. We appreciate it. If anything we've said has resonated with you and you want to donate, please help the show out. And you have the scan to donate there. And also, next week we're going to have a special show, Out of the Mouths of Babes. We are going to have a special show, Out of the Mouths of Babes. So please join us. And if you have children, grandchildren, invite them to watch. And after that, I'm on vacation for 2 weeks and then we'll be back again. All right? Shalom. Thank you for joining. And please share, please like, and please subscribe to Abeng Radio. Shalom. Mwah.
Morning light. Sister MJ brings the truth so bright. Health and nature in every sound. Feel the rhythm, let's get unbound. From our higher we get our power. Every herb, every healing flower. Sister MJ shows the way. Naturally living every day. Naturally you. Naturally free, naturally living as God meant to be. Breathe the air that's fresh and pure. Nature's bounty is the cure. Sister MJ shows what's real in every word and every meal. From the mountains to the sea, every breath is harmony. Feel the beat and feel alive. With Sister MJ we thrive. Grains and fruits in every bite. Feel the energy